My hair looks like garbage. Which is my better angle? This one or this one? Number one or number two? Number one or number two? Truth be told, when I'm at the eye doctor and they ask you like which one is better, I always get so nervous because it's like if I answer wrong, my eyesight's going to be effed and it's going to be my fault. So I'm always like, I can't tell. Although sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, number one is definitely better. Hello, if you're just joining us, I'm talking about going to the eye doctors. My eye prescription is horrible, for the record. Thank God for contact lenses. I can correct it with contact lenses because when I wear my glasses, they're like Coke bottle. I think I'm legally blind without corrective lenses. Fun fact, but you didn't know that about me. Now you do. If you ever ask me to wear my glasses because you think, oh my God, blindness is bad, I will punch you. Don't ask me that. I've been asked that 5 million times. That's actually why I just don't wear my glasses in public. People are like, I gotta be so vain. And I'm like, no, I'm not vain. I just want to get shit done without people asking me about my prescription. If I wanted people to ask me about my prescription, I'd wear a button that reads, ask me about my glasses prescription, but I don't. Wow, that was a fun tirade. We are here. No one else is here. I was hoping I could catch the lunch crowd, but well, you know. So we're going to work on some balance and stability today. I'm going to get some music going. This is, oh my God. You know, someone asked me about a song on a playlist today. And they said the last song, and I thought they meant the last fast song, and I think I just gave them the wrong song. So now they're going to be expecting this awesome song, and they'll be like, I didn't ask for this. Confessions. I taught a class earlier this morning. Where is my... I hope you enjoy these nice little interludes. Just the two of us. There we go. Balance and stability, 9:16. Facebook won't let me bust up my mic, so we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So for this workout, we're just going to use a yoga block. Doesn't have to be a yoga block if you have a Bosey ball, if you have just like a couch cushion. I mean, I have good thing this isn't about like reflexes. You know, you could use like a bolster or a pillow, something that is unstable. We're not going to start with that, but what we're just going to do is we're going to take this time to check where our stability is and do some simple things to test our stability and test our balance. And they're going to seem easy. And hopefully when you try them, well, I mean, hopefully when you try them, you'll ace them because you have perfect balance, perfect stability. But you may be surprised. I was surprised when I did some of these. One thing that we're going to do today is we're going to be on one leg a lot. So I'm going to have you lift the knee, and I am stealing this. I mean, it's not much to steal, but I took a balance and stability class past few weeks, and I really enjoyed it. And one of the things that I did was doing just some simple stability exercises. First thing, we're going to raise one knee. So I'm going to show you from the side. Notice I have my knee all the way up, 90-degree angle. I've got my leg out in front of me. So it's not just lowering here, it's actually lifting it. You're going to work your hip flexors today. And we're just going to see how long we can stand on one foot with our hip up like that. And I'm going to time myself. All right? So here we go. Off to a bad start already. So you may be doing this and like, oh, it's easy. Let's see if you can hold it for 30 seconds. Woo. And notice that as soon as I looked down at the ground, I lost my balance. So this will be the fun challenge. All right, so that's 30 seconds on one side. Now the challenge comes, how long can we do it with our leg up, with our eyes closed? You get so much stability from finding a focus point and just, standing out there. If you're going to do this, you may want to have something to hold on to, so you could have like a stick. So I was using this for some stuff at the balance workout, and the guy was like, "What's your sorcerer's wand?" It's not, it's my husband's walking stick. I don't think I've ever actually seen him use this, but you can stand next to a wall, or you can do something just to have, in case you start to fall. So let's go for it. 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. And I immediately, okay, this is not going well. Just moving around. There we go. It's a nice balance. So how much of your balance comes from your visual cues and how much of your balance is internal? It's a good challenge. So one of the things we were talking about was if you're walking down the street and dust gets in your eye, and that has happened to me, take a break, and suddenly you can't see, are you like flailing around? This happened to me like once or twice. Both times I was with a friend and it was with the same person, and it was like they were visiting or we were traveling to very specific instances. So the first time we were at like a historical site. Let's work on balance orientation, not bells. All right, we're going to do the other side. Let's see if we can hold for 30 seconds. Eyes open. So my friend and I were walking across this giant field, and I remember it was so incredibly bright out, and it was just like, I didn't have sunglasses on, and it was like the glare just immediately attacked my eyes. It was like, and I have contacts, as I just mentioned, so it was like water, I couldn't see, like my eyes were in so much pain, and it was like I was blinded, and I was like trying to like walk across this field, and it was horrible. And then the second time, the two of us, take a break, that was 35 seconds. Second time, the two of us were walking down the street to go see a movie, and dirt got in my eyes, and because of my contact lenses, I just was completely blinded. All right, we're going to start other side. 3, 2, 1. Eyes closed. So it's the same side as what we just did, but with our eyes closed. So anyway, yeah, I've had multiple instances, mostly because of my contact lenses, where it's like I can't see anymore. So then it's like, how do you hold yourself up? How do you walk across a room? You'd be surprised. How's it going? I have no idea how much time is on the clock. You shouldn't either. Because one, you can't see my clock, and two, your eyes should be closed. Woo! All right. That was, wow, 43 seconds. How are we all doing with this? I have no idea who's watching, but. So one of the things I was told was that a good goal is to try to have at least a minute on one foot with your eyes closed. How did you do today? Were you counting? So do this at home, test yourself, and see how long you were able to hold things up. All right, so now we're gonna do some more balance stuff, and we're gonna take that hip flexion, we're gonna raise the knee, but then we're going to kick the leg out. So from the side, it's going to look like this. Okay, so holding the leg up and kicking out. So let's try, see how long we can go. We're going to do it one time with our eyes open and one time with our eyes closed. So here we go. Up, out. We're 18 seconds in. Oh, get a nice hip flexor. Very well, we're working on this. And that's 30 seconds. So let's stop there. So now what I want you to do is, I want you to try that again, but this time, I want you to just look at different points. All right, so before I had a laser focus. While I was doing the move, I was just pointed straight ahead. And now I want you to look around. So like look up, look down. You know, and it's just moving your eyes, or you don't have to move your head. We'll get to that in a minute. But let's try it again. So, kick up. So now I'm going to look to the side. Look to the other side. Looking at a picture of me and my husband. Looking up. Looking down. Looking at you. Hello. Yeah, keep going. Not keeping your focus steady. So one of the problems I've always had is if I'm looking in one spot, I'm like laser focused. But if I start looking at someone, all of a sudden, take a break, I'm like, wow. And a lot of people are like that too, especially like, yeah, if they're just looking at their friend and the friend's moving around, they get really distracting. So shutting things off and having your eyes closed can help you work on that, and looking around and finding different focus points can help too. Let's start on the other side. So again, we're going to raise the leg and kick it out. We'll stay focused for this first move. Laser focus, surgical focus. Should have played that song, surgical focus. I like that song. All right, 23 seconds. Take a break. That was 30 seconds. Just do little 30-second holds. All right, now I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to look all around. Now I'm going to show you from the side because here you know what we're doing. Woo! Apparently looking at myself is very distracting. So now look to the side. The other side. Look up. Look down. Woo! So it's always funny to find out what are your good sides, what are your bad sides. Woo! And that's 30 seconds. How did you do? I want to hear about it. If you do this workout, tell me how you did. Was one side better than the other? Were you a hot mess? It's okay. We all start at some point. All right? So, now what I want you to do, we're going to change it up just so that we have something a little different. Some of this is actually reminiscent of an earlier balance and stability class that I did. But what we're going to do is, we're going to bounce on one foot, we're going to put the foot back, and this time we're going to rotate, okay? So there's stability and there's balance. There's balance when you're just stationary, right? There's stability when you're moving, stability when you're moving your head around, stability when your eyes are closed, and then, stability, increasing your stability as you increase your movement is always very important. If you were doing a whole workout routine blindfolded, how would it go? Let's find out. Okay, we're doing that right now. All right, so now I'm just going to put a foot up, and I'm going to lean towards the side. Ooh. Notice how my whole body, trying to rotate my whole body, and yeah, not so good in this direction. Ooh. See how my foot's going out? Don't try to keep your foot near the other one. Ooh. All right, that was horrible. Let's go to the other side. All right, here we go. The other better on the side. So as you're doing this, your body's moving, you're forcing your eyes to track and not focus on a spot. I'm better on this side, but not by much. How's it going? We got a few more seconds. All right, take a break. All right, so obviously better on one side than the other. Now we're going to kick it up a notch. Emerald style, bam. I'm going to grab some water because doing squats wears me up. Or it makes me thirsty. All right. We're going to be careful We are going to close our eyes and we're going to attempt that last movement. Oh boy, all right? Is it going to end? I can never tell. All right, so we're going to start. I don't even have my eyes closed yet. All right, so I'm going to close my eyes, rotate, come down. So pay attention to what's going on. How much harder are you working in your foot to rotate? I'm working a lot harder. I can feel all those micro adjustments in my foot and ankle. So if you're working on ankle stability, this is a very good way to do it. All right, that's about 30 seconds. Oh, it was tough. Let's go to the other side, because you gotta balance yourself out. So my right leg is definitely my more stable, more flexible side. Ironically, it's not my stronger side, as I learned doing shrimp squats. But sometimes I feel like, anyway, that's another story for another day. You'll never know what I said. Let's try this other side. Eyes closed. Bring it down, come up. Slowly. Let's try another one. Do much better. Oh, I just jinxed myself. Much better on the side. That's not saying much. Sit in the bar. Sit in the bar on the ground there. I'm better on this side. Well, let me hop over that. All right. Let's take a break. That sucked. Good job for trying that. How'd you do? How you feeling? Notice this isn't a huge cardio or strength workout. We're just testing our stability. And speaking of stability, or testing balance and stability. So now we're going to bring your block or whatever you have in. Again, if you have like a wall or something you can hold on to, it's really good if you're just standing right next to it, and then if you just need to tap it, tap it, tap it, for that extra stability so you don't kill yourself. I'm going to use my wizard's wand. Get Gandalf, Gondor. I need to have like those lightning effects, like, cool. Let's do some of that stuff that we were using before. Now I'm not going to use this for balance. Okay, I'm not going to like lean on it or anything, or like twirl it around. It's just there in case I feel like I'm going to fall. All right? Let's start with some knee up. Not too bad. Ooh. Take that back, scratch that, reverse it. So my toes are hanging off the side, which is not really ideal. Again, I can use my Bosu ball and use a cushion, right? So that wasn't too bad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to balance on that same foot, have my knee up, I'm going to tilt my head back. Oh my goodness. How'd you do? So I learned, so this drill and things I'm talking about today, I learned these, I was taking some courses through Guiding Buddha, based out of San Francisco. Thank you. There's a class that I want to take. It's very interesting. It's just all talking about like flexibility, stability, range of motion, mobility, all those kind of good things. And yeah, we were working on this, and I appreciate the challenge. So I'm on the other side, and I'm just leaning a lot for no good reason. And you would think like, oh, this block is stable. Why would I be having such a hard time? It's amazing, you know, something that's small to balance on can make a difference. Okay, great. So one of the things you can do is, when you're working on stability, you start with something large to step on. So, now the floor is pretty large. I can move to the cushion next, because my whole foot's going to be underneath that. And then I can move to something smaller, like this block, my foot's hanging over. I can move to smaller and smaller things, like balancing on a ball, or balancing on a railing, or something like that. So there are so many different ways that you can play with this. All right? And meanwhile, I'm going to tilt my head back. Oh boy. I haven't actually been timing anything for the past 3 minutes. Ooh. Was it Aaliyah? Brush yourself off and try again. Ooh. Oh. Well, that's good. There we go. That's not bad. It's 4. Ooh. So you can try other things where it's like, all right, I'm going to stand on both feet, but I'm going to bend backwards or something. I actually haven't tried that. All right, let's do something a little different. So when we're doing a lunge, a lot of times, you know, just want to take a step forward. And notice my feet they're shoulder width apart, right? So that's pretty stable. I can do this all day long. So now what I want you to do is I want you to take that foot and put it directly behind. So the legs are in a straight line. And now let's just start doing some lunges. Okay, eyes are open. Pretty easy. Let's do 10 with our eyes closed now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How'd that go? You're like, feet in line, whatever. All right, we'll take it up a notch then. Let's go to the other side. So again, one foot is directly in front of the other. So if you do yoga, I don't think this is quite warrior pose because I think one of the feet is turned out. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have done some yoga, but I'm not an expert. So let's do a few feet in a row. Okay. So now I'm going to close my eyes. Ooh, goodness. 5, 6, tap on the wall, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that was more challenging. What did you think? I wish someone were here to tell me about it. I want to hear about it. Let's try the other side. So now, when I have my head, back, and let's do, keeping my back straight, just tilting my head back a little bit, eyes closed. Let's do some lunges. 1. Ooh, that's 5. Theoretically, nothing else has changed. I just tilted my head back, my eyes are still closed, but it's amazing how these small changes can make big impacts on your stability and your balance. All right, so my head back, eyes closed. Let's do 5. 5, 4, 3. I can't even do 3. 2, 1. I'm going to do a few more, just because I need to review myself. How was that? So, it's really just very simple stuff. Just incorporating, head positions, body positions, making these very simple changes. Close your eyes, suddenly it's a whole new ballgame. So these are just really simple things you can do, you know, if you're bored, whatever. And just simple ways you can test your balance. And then you can throw a block in there, and suddenly it becomes stabilization. So what I'm going to do now is, let's just do a couple of plank moves. So we're going to finish up here. Try some upper body stability. Let's get a timer. All right. So what we're going to do is, if you're in a low plank, you can raise a knee. If you're in a high plank, you're just going to raise a foot. We're going to do it with our eyes closed. And let's see if that changes anything. All right, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, so I'm pretty stable at this point. I'm going to switch feet. And when I switch the foot, I'm just lifting the toes up off the ground. I'm not raising the leg at all. So eyes open or eyes closed, this doesn't really feel much different. All right. So take a break. Now let's go on our hands and knees. Plank wasn't too bad because you still have 3 feet on the ground, or three limbs on the ground. So let's up the ante a little bit, and I want to take it slow because holding a plank here on my leg is pretty hard. So let's go into quadruped. So I'm going to raise opposite arm and leg as in bird dog, and we're going to hold it with our eyes closed for 30 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So another thing that I'm doing is I'm lifting my back foot off the ground so that I'm not using my whole leg to stabilize. It's a little tougher. So let's try the other side, okay? So first what I want you to do is you just raise the opposite leg. You can keep your whole leg and foot on the ground. And then what I want you to do is I want you to just lift your foot a little bit so that you're only balancing on that knee in addition to your hand. So knee and hand. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Eyes closed. Have your whole leg on the ground. Maybe you're feeling a little unstable. I'm feeling oddly unstable. I'm not quite sure why. Keeping that arm and leg straight out. Body, torso, parallel to the ground. So now you just lift that back foot. Balance just on the knee. Woo. Also, my foot is cramping. A few more seconds. Woo. And there you go. I'm going to stop there, but I hope you enjoyed this little experiment. So if you do this workout, why don't you tell me how you did? Tell me if you noticed anything interesting or had some comments on, like, hey, what if you tried this? Yeah, I just want us to open a discussion. I was just learning about this. So again, thank you, Diving Buddha, and for the new knowledge. I just want to share this with you and see what you thought. So have a good day. I will be back at, when am I going to be back? 3 p.m. Full body Tabata. It'll be good. We'll do some weights. We'll do some traditional Tabata stuff. It'll be good. If this workout made you smile, I don't know if it made you sweat. Feel free to kick some digital dollars my way. Thank you for coming out. You are that much more well balanced. for joining me today. And it's fun to just sort of try stuff, I think sometimes it's like, if I'm exercising, I must be working out. But sometimes it's just interesting to explore what your body is capable of and figure out where your weaknesses are Always fun to find things to work on. It's like whack-a-mole with your body, like, oh, my really stuck, and like just, you know, trying different things. So hope you had fun. I thought it was fun. All right, I will see you next time. Love you. Bye.